Hello, everyone. Oops, I had my headphones still on and heard my voice. Hello, everyone. It is Canadagraphs here, and this is a GeoGuessr-based video. Something happened today that was good news, but of course, GeoGuessr can't possibly make good news without still fumbling, just like I did there. The announcement. I'll bring that up on screen in a second. I just got to change the screen here. And you'll see what they have announced, and you'll see how they fumbled it. All right, here it is. GeoGuessr has done what they have done every year since the World Cup/World Championships started. They have put a play against the pros mode up for the World League players. You can play against all of them, including the ones that were eliminated, which is cool. I think that's an extra cool step. And since there's, 5 weeks of games, there's a good assortment of locations for most players. Whereas in the World Championships, some players literally only had a move and a no move round because they never ended up playing an NMPZ round. So I think that's good. However, as I started the video saying, they can't just make a great announcement and have it be a great announcement. They got to kind of fumble the bag somehow. So let's read this announcement. I'll zoom in here a little so you can see it better. Get ready to be humbled. GeoGuessr, you should be ready to be humbled because you can now face off against all the pro players from the World League, play the same locations against the guesses they made during the season, same as they do when they do the World Cup one. Found on the World Championship page. This is their big fumble. So it says you can play unlimited with a subscription, which obviously we all know that. Then you're also allowed one free game per 24 hours if you don't have a paid account. So if you're one of the free people out there, you can play one a day. That's kind of cool. That's a bonus I don't think most people would have expected. So it says here found on the World Championship page. Now we will get to why that's a nuisance in a second. And they show here play here. They put geoguessr.com/world/championship, but they don't make this clickable. This is from their Facebook page, and they don't make this clickable. It is not a clickable link. You have to physically type that in, or like any sensible person would do, you just go to the. All right. So, when you go to the GeoGuessr page, like most people, you would go and you would just do what I'm about to do here. You go there, get rid of that stupid thing so it's not in my way. And you would just click on the World Championship page, right? It said go to the World Championship page. There is a tab at the top for the World Championship page. You can see it right up that way, where my mouse is right now, hovering over it. Yeah, World Championship. That's the page they told you to go to. However, if you click on the World Championship page, it immediately takes you to World Championship/play-in. Takes you to the page for this upcoming weekend's play-in event specifically. It does not take you to the World Championship page with like an extra tab up here being like, hey, the play-in is this weekend. Click here for more details. Instead, this entire page is only about the play-ins. There's nothing here about anything else to do in the World Championship except for get tickets, of course, because the get tickets tab up here, I guess, was just too hard to notice. They had to put another one down here. Oh, and an official merch, of course. Can't have that. But nowhere on here is there anything about the actual World Championship. This is not the actual World Championship page. So what you actually have to do, you have to go and you actually have to take out the play-in part. You erase the play-in part, click it again, and then you finally get to the actual World Championship page, which takes a little second to load. It must think I have 6,000 friends or something. Why is this taking so long to load? And there, you can scroll down, keep scrolling down, scroll down a little more, scroll down more, keep scrolling. Here we go, finally, after 7.5 hours, we have found the page of players you can play against. This is the Americas players. So you have Fao, Gingy, Orlando, Radu. And there's no click-through button on the edge of the screen. I just realized it wasn't in full screen. You can see half of MK here. You can't like click through. You can't click through to see the rest of the roster. You can only see them. Now, there is a way to do it. This pointless white bar down here that no one's probably ever looking at is technically what you're supposed to use. And you can't do like any normal white bar is and just slide it along. It doesn't slide along. You have to click on different spots on it to get it to the next page. Why don't you have a fucking click-through arrow down here on the end? Sorry, I'm pointing at the screen. You guys can't see what I'm pointing at. I'm a dumbass. No, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to rant at the screen, and you're going to know what I'm talking about. Why is there no click-through button down at the end of where Matthias is here? Like, there should have been a click-through button here and a click-through button here so that you can go from one end of the page to the other efficiently instead of having to randomly click on here, hoping you know where you're clicking on, etc. Now, that aside, everything else is as you would expect when you get to these things. You click a player's name, it will give you the 3 options to play, and then you just pick your challenge and you play it. So we've got the Americas players here, but where is the rest of the world's players? It says World Championship players. It should be the entire list of all 40 plus players should be on this list right here. But it's not. It's just the Americas because the Americas was the last week of the World Championships that they played. How do you screw this up so hard? The people that do the work on this website, that physically build this website, are supposed to actually have like skills in building a website, and they screw this up. They actively, incompetently screwed up the simplest thing. Make this page just easy. I shouldn't have to go looking through the desert looking for water to find the other page of players. I have the Americas players. Where's the rest of them? Where's the rest of them? They're probably under these tabs here, but would most people immediately know that unless you've been on this page dozens of times? No. You're probably looking at the Americas list going, whoa, where's Blicky? Because you're not realizing you're just in the Americas section. So, if we go to the EMEAs, let's scroll down. You have too much stuff on your website, guys. You have way too much. It's dragging down the time. It's not people's friends list. I'll tell you that because I've only got 150 on my list. Scroll down. There we go. There's the players finally for the EMEAs. So you can eventually get to the other players. You just have to go through a labyrinth of ridiculous things to get there. And again, no arrows to point through the extra long list of EMEA players. Instead, you have to click on this white bar at the bottom that you're supposed to actually know what it does. You're supposed to know that this white bar actually is what you're supposed to use to move between these players. What? Yeah. So, of course, the same goes for APAC. You then have to scroll all the way back up the page, find the APAC list, wait for that to load in 11 hours. This page should never take this long. Simplify this page, man. Simplify the pages. Quit trying to make them look jazzier. Scroll all down. This stuff, we don't even need this here anymore. You can bury that. You can just make the World Championship page, players page, just the players. Because I have to go to the APAC region. I have to go to the EMEA region to find the other players. So it's not like the Americas is the only thing. Because I'm sure if I click on the Americas, it'll go to the, see, it says region/Americas. This is going to be the same list. It's not any different. Why did I have to go through this extra step for APAC and EMEAs? Why did I have to go through it? Explain that to me. Just try and explain that to me. There we go. See, it says World Championships players. Why can I not just get all the players on one page? It didn't go for plans. I didn't click through that. Why is this page not just the players? Why is this page not just the players? Why is this page not just the players? Anybody at Geoguessr headquarters who is capable of using a YouTube account, comment in the section, why is this page not just the players? How hard is this? How I have a website and I am functionally illiterate when it comes to building a website, and I still think I could physically make this possible. You guys are supposed to be paid professionals at this, and you screwed this up. Why is only the Americas on this page? Because if you go to the other pages, if you go to the Americas, you'll still get that same list. But if I want APACs or EMEAs, I have to physically know to come up here, click on through here, and go back down to the bottom to find that list. How stupid is your team, man? Just honestly, there are some good people there. I talked to several of them on the semi-regular, not as much in the last few months, but back in the day, I've talked to quite a few in the semi-regular. There's definitely some competent people at that company, and there's some that I know are frustrated with some of the things that happen. However, evidence of this shows there are some idiots working there. I don't know who they are. Unfortunately, I don't know their entire staff. I don't know who's in charge of building these exact pages. I don't know, but fire them. Fire them, replace them with a teenager barely out of high school, because that guy's going to do a better job than this. Anyway, Geoguessr now has play against the pros, and you can play against the pros, and if you can figure out how to find the other sections, you might even be able to play against people outside the Americas after you've finished figuring out that you have to take out play-ins off the URL page. Congratulations. Bye.